Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, good to see you after we met briefly at the event in 2008 in Minneapolis for Ron Paul.
Oh, that was fun. I remember that.
But you had to leave early. What happened?
The truth or stuff. The truth or stuff and fury. I'll tell you why. I didn't bail on Ron Paul. It's when Jesse Ventura got up and started saying 9/11 was an inside job.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, he did say that.
No, he said that it was curious why the FBI,
Come on.
had Bin Laden on.
Look, I'm the most. I got it. I was there, and but.
So you had to leave because that one.
I was enraged. I was enraged by it. It wasn't controversial. It was stupid. Let me answer your question.
Sure.
It wasn't controversial. It was stupid. And if there's any evidence that the government was behind 9/11, I believe anything if there's evidence, but there isn't any. So knock it off. That's my view.
Okay, but
and I said that to him.
Sure, but one stupid person says something stupid at a Ron Paul event.
I hate that. And by the way, I am open to almost any crackpot theory about anything. It's just on that subject. Come on, you know what I mean? That's too much. That even for me.
So just out of curiosity, then, what's your take on Building 7? Which explanation do you believe?
Come on. No,
that's a serious question. Which explanation did it?
Which explanation?
There's two explanations. It was either it was pulled or it was isolated pockets of fire in the building that were sort of.
Let me
the towers coming down. That brought it down.
This is a no-win conversation, so I'm not going to continue it. But let me just say one thing: my macro view is the obvious one, which is the buildings came down because a bunch of nutcases flew a plane into them.
Okay, so are you still supporting Ron Paul? So, are you supporting anybody in the race this year?
No, I don't support. I don't even
You're
vote
an objective
someone.
journalist?
I don't even vote someone. I'm hardly objective. I'm honest. I'm not objective.
There you go. Certainly not afraid to speak your mind.
No, I'm not. No, you can assess my views. They're very clear.
You have any
but
message?
I hate that 9/11 crap. Wish they just kick those people out. I mean,
it was supposed to be on the 93rd floor.
Really?
It's important for people whose families still involved to know the truth, whether or not the government was involved or whether it was terrorists. But there's a history of government-sponsored terror throughout the past century.
Exactly.
So what do you mean kick them out?
I don't know. Whatever.
Anybody who's a 9/11 truther should be kicked out of the country?
Of course not. I don't even believe in parking tickets. I mean, please. I just don't. I think that people, before saying something that heavy, ought to present real evidence and not just it's a coincidence or questions remain and dumb.
I think the fact
things
that
like
steel doesn't weaken until 2400 degrees is evidence that jet fuel couldn't cause a collapse of the tower from being hit near the top.
Except the thing is, it did. So that's the problem.
Steel doesn't melt until 2400 degrees. It didn't.
I go back to our interdimensionalist policies way back when we first funded Al Qaeda. Back 1978. Back when they were fighting the Soviets. We gave them a lot of money. The CIA pretty much trained them. I mean that's pretty much enough evidence for me.
That the government brought down the Twin Towers?
You know what, the government was involved in bringing down the Twin Towers because they would not be trained. Because who trained them? The government trained them. The CIA trained them. Special ops trained them.
All right, I've had this debate so many times. It's not, I don't know. It seems to me that it's kind of beneath like adult discourse even, really, I guess, and it definitely discredits otherwise good ideas.
I just think that the implications, if the government was involved, the implications are so vast that it should be looked into whether or not it seems ridiculous.
So for family members of the victims that are asking questions and want the evidence that's been withheld by the government released, you would say that they're less than adults somehow for wanting that
I would say that parasites like you make it much worse for them. That's what I would say.
I'm a parasite now?
Yeah, it's filthy to say things like that with no evidence, and you have none, so you should stop. That's my view. Sorry.